Hi everybody, I'm Michael. In today's quick tips, we're going to talk about how you can best grow and care for large houseplants like these big beauties here. So, you all ready to dig in? Let's grow! To grow large houseplants, the first thing you need to know is how big they get so that you can provide enough room. You have to provide ample room. The ficus tineke here gets very big. The fiddle leaf gets huge. The Swiss cheese gets very broad and wide, as you can see here. You know, the fiddle leaf, for example, this one can get to 6-8 feet easy. Ours has put on several feet since we've had her in our home. Same thing with these ficus tineke. We actually got these little puppies, these little ones, as a little rooted group to the mail back in 2000, 2001. We grew her in leca for a while, and then we just transferred her into soil, and she's taken off. But these can get quite big. Here's another one here that we've had for a few years, and she's digging it. I think I'm going to be doing a propagation video with these because I kind of want to have them start to branch out some more. So stay tuned to our channel to look for those videos. But the tineke can easily get to 6 or 7 feet tall. This is ficus tineke. Wonderful, wonderful houseplant, super tough. All these will want bright light. So you want to make sure, and bright light, AKA high light, is north of 1,000 foot candles. Now, if you get her too close to a west-facing window or south-facing window where the sun cuts in, you're going to get some burnt leaves. And that happened here. So you have to turn your blinds so you don't get some of that strong light. Now, some of these can adapt to getting that direct light, but you have to be very careful because when these guys are grown, they're mostly grown in shade houses, and then they get acclimated to go to sell at a big box and then over to your home. They don't get a lot of that direct sunlight. So that's a main takeaway I want you to know is to be very careful about light. They want north of 1,000 foot candles. That means close to a window, several feet away from a window, south or west facing, but not where they get direct, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock sun. Bad. So another thing you need to know with these guys is that once you have a large one, again, have lots of room in your home for them so you don't bang into them. I'm a giant and I knock into stuff all the time. Actually, I knocked this poor girl over. I was watering her, felt so bad. She didn't fall on this oxalis. She fell on my other one when I was watering her, and she tipped over and took out everything. It was such a mess. And our house is a total disaster right now because they shut down our balconies because they're doing a whole bunch of repairs on the building. So we had to bring in a whole bunch of stuff, and I brought some of our outdoor plants to my sister Amy, and she's been helping us because we're just cramped because they've shut down this balcony for months now. But back to these plants. Let's go real quick through this way to this way. Fiddle leaf ficus lorata, wonderful houseplant. She will branch out over time, but ours is a single leader right now, and we're looking to probably pinch her and have some more branching occur. But she's getting close to 6. I'm 6'3". She's just getting close to 6 feet. But you have to turn her to make sure she doesn't get lopsided. And we didn't turn ours enough. And this side's a little flat, and she's kind of leaning this way. So she actually doesn't grow here. She grows over on the other side of the counter there. But you have to rotate these like every 90 days. You can check and see how the plant's reacting, but we like to rotate like 90 degrees so that your plant gets a well-balanced look and the leaves get nice and full. So that's one thing we recommend is to rotate your plants every 90 days. So this will get very large and tall, but because she gets up, you can actually plant stuff underneath her. So that's a cool thing about the ficus lorata. It's a tree, and she will tend to be leggy, not leggy, but she tends to have that trunk going straight down, and you can plant other stuff there. We actually put a native orchid on ours. But you can do cool things. You can put other plants around the base and do some plant styling. So this is a really cool, super exotic. All of these are super tropical. These are really cool. I forgot one. We're going to also talk about this, the fishbone, in a second. That was pretty much the impetus for this video. But here's the ficus lorata. You'll love her. Really cool plant. We've done videos on all of these plants, so you can always check to our channel to get all the detailed info on that. This is just a quick tip. This is just telling you about some of these big boys and girls that you can use in your home. Love the Swiss cheese plant. Monstera deliciosa, that's her genus and species. I learned this name from my very good friend in college, Kelly Dresser. Awesome. I think she has her own YouTube channel, so you got to go check her out. But when we were learning a lot of these plants, she says, the botanical name, I'm like, how do we memorize all these names? And she said, well, it's like a monster eating these delicious leaves, like with Swiss cheese. And that's how I remember the name to this day, Monstera deliciosa. Beautiful, exotic. You'll see this, we actually have this in our backdrop on some of our banners on our channel. Beautiful plant. Just gets very big, and you gotta make sure you allow her to spread out. On the ficus tineke, she's gonna get, depending on which one you get, we put, these are doubles that we have in both these pots here. And Mama here is just growing more upright. But once we pinch, or once we actually propagate her, she's gonna start spreading out horizontal branches, and then they can get very bushy. So this can get very bushy. This looks more upright, but these are still very big. You know, these can easily take up an area 3 feet across. Same thing with the fiddle leaf. This could be 4 feet across, the Swiss cheese, and the amount of room she needs. Ficus tineke will tend to hold on to her leaves for quite a while, all the way down, but you can remove the base if you want to get a tree type and do something like this with the fiddle leaf. That's a cool thing. I've seen some people do that. This one over here is, she's kind of doing that now, where the older leaves will tend to fall off over time, but she tends to hold on to her leaves quite a while, all the way down. But so exotic looking, right? So pretty. Now, this girl here, she's crazy. She has gone full crazy. We did a video with her, what was it, about 8 months ago? And she's taken off even more. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to propagate her. I've already done so much propagation with her already, but I'm gonna have to propagate her some more. The fishbone loves being indoors. This thing needs at least 4 feet around. She's climbing up the side, climbing over the lamp. Where's this other one? It's just crazy. Yeah, this is all new growth over here in just last couple weeks. Really cool plant, but you gotta give her room. We had her hanging actually up there, and she got so heavy, I heard a clunk, and she pulled the bracket off the wall. We had toggle braces in there. I can't believe that she was that strong and that heavy because she grew so much. But such a cool plant. Oh, wonderful, wonderful plant. Very exotic looking. One thing about tropical plants, or plants in general, large plants in general for your home, many of them are tropical in nature. Actually, many houseplants are tropical in nature. Many of these grow down here in South Florida. We live in Miami. And these have adapted to growing in homes. And they're really, really cool because they give this really exotic vibe, right? The Swiss cheese, the fiddle leaf, this giant leaf, the ficus tineke, which is like painted. This is almost like a master painter went through and painted each of these leaves. So beautiful. And the fishbone, so exotic looking, right? Oh, just love these plants. So with that, that's all I pretty much wanted to go over with you if you're considering to have one of these plants in your home. Let me do this. Let me add in a few more. I've worked with Matt's canes in the past, and I'll show you an image of one of those. Those do well in a home. Those get quite big. So do the Janet Craigs, the warneckii. Those dracaenas do really well in a home, and they can get quite big. So can the palms. We have a lady palm, and they can get quite bushy, but they're slower growing. But they need about 3 feet. 3 feet is probably your sweet spot of minimum distance for a large plant in your home, and you have to also give yourself room to get around them so you don't bonk them, because I'm terrible at that, and I feel so bad for her, but she bounced right back, because when I can't believe that happened, I was like, and you know, if you follow our channel, that I love our purple shamrock, and I couldn't believe she fell over, hit our Bonnie spider plant, and everything toppled over. I was like, no! So one thing to note is that also make sure your plants are secure. I think what happened with her is that I slid her over to the edge of the counter and didn't realize it, and then she got a little top heavy on one side, and with the watering, and it just was too much, and it just tipped, and I was like, it was just so depressing. But everything's bounced back. So with that, I'd like to just welcome you to leave any comments or questions, and we're here to help you. So until the next video, bye. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And tell your friends and family. We post videos weekly. Thanks.